So before the accident, I was working full-time as an academic at a Sydney university, travelling a lot, both internationally and interstate. So it was a busy life. Very active in terms of walking the beach, cycling to the beach, swimming, tennis, snow skiing, you name it, I kind of did it. So I was a super active person, both in my work and physically as well, and with my children. On the day of the accident, I rode down to the beach, which I usually do. I ride as in not in a normal cycling kind of way. I do it in my cozies and never on the road. The only time I cross the road is at the lights to get onto the bike track, and it was there that I was hit by a car that went through 2 red lights at 70 k's. I had a fractured femur. I lost my kneecap in the grill of the car. I had a broken ankle. Between my thigh and my shin, it was basically open, completely open my leg. I lost teeth. My right side of my face was kind of semi-smashed in. I had a hematoma on the left side of my head. And shoulder injuries. The biggest injury I had was, after they ruled out any brain injury, was my leg, and the fact that it was open and had been open to the elements, and so it was full of road. So the infection was a real problem. So at that point, it was about saving my leg. The first surgeon was going to amputate it, and I remember saying to him as if they were willing me, don't, keep my leg, keep my leg. And the second surgeon, I was lucky, he had worked on Afghan soldiers, and he took over my case, and I'm very thankful for that surgeon. He was only a young surgeon who could see how he could restructure my leg, so it gave me a hope that, one, if they could save my leg, I may be able to walk again. Being an active person, that was absolutely essential for me to be able to move again. I remember asking him whether I could ride a bike again, and that was about 4 days after the surgery, and he said, you may not even be able to have your leg, so let's just look at saving your leg first. So I was referred to Stack's Goudkamp through my daughter, who was studying law at the time. I had the accident on the Wednesday. She flew in from Japan, where she was holidaying on the Saturday, and on the Monday she contacted a barrister who she was working with, and he said, look, I would highly recommend Stack's Goudkamp, and gave a whole lot of reasons for it. Caitlin rang, my daughter rang on the Monday afternoon, and Karina and Tom were at my bedside by the Wednesday morning. Within 48 hours, Tom and Karina were there, and the process started. The hospital situation was really quite confronting and traumatic, and hard to kind of work out what was happening and what I needed. So I felt straight away I had somebody on my side fighting for me, or advocating for me, and being able to navigate those complex systems of hospital, rehab hospital, which I wanted to go to, the insurance company, and all the different aspects that was going on at that time, which I really didn't have the capability or the capacity or even the knowledge to be able to know what to do next. I knew that I needed extensive rehabilitation. I knew that I needed immediate support, and that it's going to be intensive, and the quicker I could get in there and the quicker I could do the work, the better off I was going to be. So you were able to get me to where I needed to be for an extended period of time that gave me that space and time and support to get to the point where I knew where I was going to be able to look after myself. Obviously, with those, it's a long, drawn-out process. It's over 3 years, and at all times I felt totally supported. Communication was always immediate. I asked a lot of questions and wanted to know what's happening and going on and what I could expect, and I always had immediate responses from you, Karina. It was clear, to the point, what was happening now, what I could expect in the future, where we were going. So I really felt always comfortable and confident that we were moving forward in a productive way. I was treated as a person. You got to know me, who I was and who I wanted to try and end up being. And so you were, you didn't treat just like I was just a number. I was a person who had different wants and needs to probably another person, and I was treated with respect, really professionally, and always with care and clear advocacy for what I needed at different points of time. I would say to anybody, I think I'm reasonably capable as an individual. I understand systems, but to understand the system of a hospital, rehab, insurance, legal is very, very complex. And so you need somebody who really understands those systems and understands how to work with them, negotiate with them, and advocate for you through those systems. even with a daughter who's a lawyer, who is studying law, she could guide me, but that was not going to be enough to get what I needed out of this.